Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Activity 1 of this unit. Before we get started with our tutorial, let's have a look at the objective of this activity. So as you can see here, the objective is about using and exploring charts in Excel. So let's go ahead and click on that link to explore more about it. Basically, in this activity, the students will be able to answer two main questions. The first question, why users need charts in Excel, and the second question, how users explore charts in Excel. So basically, in this activity, we're not going to learn how to create the chart itself. That will be the focus of activity 2. But here in activity 1, we're going to learn how to read the chart itself. See if there is a trend in between the data, what are the elements, how to read these columns based on the data table provided. So before we start that, let me pull up the exercise 5. Remember that this is the table that we build in the prerequisite activity. This is the chart. Please take note that we're going to build this chart later on in activity 2. Here we are about to read it only. So notice that the chart has or uses values in a worksheet to create a graphic representation that will try to find a relationship in between data. So these data are taken from the table itself. Notice that the horizontal axis here represent the month, January, February, the same thing, the same column in here. Notice that those colors in here represent the regions. For example, this is sales region 1, this is region 2, and this is region 3. And those numbers are taken from the data itself, from the sales itself. So let's have a look at the sales region 1 across 6 months. Notice that the sales reached up to this value, which is in between $20,000 between this and 25,000. And notice that the sales was raised in February, so it reached up to in between 30 and 35. It dropped again in March, dropped again in April. So notice the pattern. It's increasing, decreasing, decreasing, increasing, and increasing again, but it's not as significant as the one in February. So maybe the sales department should try to think about solutions why it dropped across different months. The same happened with sales region. Notice that this is the longest among different, regions. But here it started out in January in between 10,000 and 15,000. It dropped significantly and severely in February. It increased again and it increased later on. It dropped again and it increased. So it's like it's kind of fluctuating the sales in this region. So probably there is a reason and it needs further investigation. The same thing with the sales region one is obviously it's a little bit stable. It's not the increase or decrease is not that significant. So maybe the sales department should think of other creative way of increasing their sales in that specific region. So basically, this is what I want you to know from this activity. You need to make a link in between what you read in the chart, different elements in the chart, and the data table. And that is basically it.